Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. So I am going to return to doing the RWBY review. So I have not done the reviews for RWBY in a long time. So we have another episode we have to catch up on, obviously. But I will say this right now, as I do, for anyone who is not aware of how I do the RWBY reviews. Basically, the way my format is I'm a free member, so I watch it when it comes out for everyone. I do not watch the episodes when it is a first member, so I will always be a week behind first members. So no spoilers to stuff that happened when, I haven't seen it yet, basically. So once we do get caught up and do the other episode 2, we'll do episode 3, and then, we'll do episode 3 after, it comes out, obviously, this Saturday. But that's basically how we're doing it. So, So the first episode, it starts off basically with some weird flashback of, I guess, I'm thinking that's Cinder, but a lot of people have said that might have been Neo as well too, as like a kid. Personally, I think it's Cinder, but I can see there were some gyrations of why it could have been Neo, but I think it looked more like Cinder, so I don't know. But, right after that scene happens, they go to Cinder and Neo, and they, do their whole thing. They meet up with Salem. Neo meets Salem. She's kind of like, it seems like she's kind of scared there, you know what I mean? But then it appears that Neo is, or Cinder basically takes the credit for taking the relic when it was Neo who took the relic. So she was kind of pissed off about that. There's some skirmish, with Cinder and the other dude, the poison guy. But then, when she talks about trying to get the maiden powers from Penny or whatever, Cinder just basically backtalks her and says, "Who do you think you are of getting that? You get what I want you to get." You know what I mean? So Cinder's basically, or Salem's basically telling Cinder, who's boss. You know what I mean there? We also had, once you get to the whole RWBY, once the RWBY gang is all, like, back together and everyone's, like, they're in a hideout or whatever. They're getting into a hideout. One other person provides a hideout for them. They're trying to figure stuff out. Yang questions RWBY of her leadership, even though she pledged her loyalty to her little sister's leadership. Now she's like, I don't know. You're not really doing us any good here, So it ultimately is decided that the group will diffuse. You got some people that want to go save the people, but then there are other people that want to, just, get after them all. So they have two different beliefs here, on what they want to do, either be the aggressive or basically help the innocent. Be the aggressor, take the fight to Salem, or all the other villains, or do for Atlas, but or save the citizens. So that's basically the divide there. John ultimately gives them the the compromise there that let's work together, let's and do both by having two different groups there. So that's kind of what they're going for. They have the news broadcaster, and then the person who took the all the team in earlier. He basically takes it and is like, get out of here, don't listen to these people. They're freaking, in the martial law and all this shit. Which, speaking of Ironwood, they call Penny. He tries to convince Penny to come back, but that ultimately fails. Ruby freaking then speaks and says, what you're doing is wrong. So that was the thing there. Ironwood also talks about, they show Winter like she's all like beat up or whatever. She's in the hospital, and they mention Robin and Crow, who are now in jail. That will be in the next episode, but the Ace Ops, they're like, they're hardly speaking. They're like just emotional about everything that happened. It's not looking good for everybody. Everybody is divided. The people that should actually be helping the team is basically now villains, but they're deeming the RWBY teams the villains, even though what they're doing is just as wrong there. Ironwood later kills a government official, when they question him about what he's doing in this whole martial law thing. He literally kills them, which basically proves that he is a dictator now, like, by doing what he is doing there. The fact that he killed a government official, that is basically treason. You know what I mean there, and before people say, well, it's martial law, he declared martial law without consent. Therefore, what he is doing is illegal. You cannot call martial law unless there is justifiable reason to call martial law. There was not. What he did was based on his own militia. It was based on his own belief. So what he is doing is illegal. Ironwood is basically a traitor. And, I know there's going to be some two sides to this, to what he's doing, to what the RWBY people are. Obviously, from the animation perspective, the Team RWBY group they're basically supposed to be the heroes and whatnot, and they're purposely making it from Ironwood's perspective as the villain. But he really is. What he is doing, he has broken so many. I guess I'm basing this on the actual world, of governments and whatnot. But what he is basically doing is he is abusing his power. The fact that he killed a government official, an elected government official, which, even if you have martial law, you cannot kill a government official. What the frig? That's just not how it works. So this is where this episode goes. It goes into a dark, evil tone. Ironwood, I think, will be dead by the end of the season. He has basically put himself in a point where he cannot come back as a good person, even with Salem being the evilest of the evilest in this series. he has basically put himself into the, dictator thing. Because of the way he has gone about everything. So, it's going to be interesting. And we'll get into the next episode when I do the next review. I'm not going to really talk about all the other stuff that has happened in episode 2. But the way this episode was formatted was quite interesting, and how they're going about the series. It seems like Nora and Ren, who have this love relationship. Now, in the last season, there was some tension there because they're in love with each other, but it's clear as day that Ren and Nora have different political beliefs. And that is very evident in the last season, and it was very evident in this episode. He's going with the one group, Nora's going with the other group, because they both believe in different beliefs there. So that's basically where this is at, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, they're splitting everybody up, which I think is actually a good thing, because honestly, the show shouldn't be defined by the ships. The toxic fan base has been way too up in arms about these ships, especially the overrated Bumblebee ship, which I do not like that ship, as we all know. Sun, Blake and Sun is a better ship. I've talked about this for a long time. It is a much better ship. Having them all broken up, I think, is a good thing, because the series shouldn't be focusing on ships and fan wars and all this stupid other crap. It should be based on the plots, the character developments, actually things that why you, as a RWBY fan, should actually be watching the series for. Not for, oh, I want to see this person get with that person, or I want to see that person get with that person. No. You should be watching it because it's an actually good show. If you're just watching it just to see two people get together, you're not really watching the importance of the show as a whole. So that's probably one good thing that this episode set up, was that they're distancing all these people that people are shipping with. Even one that had a lot of development in Nora and Ren, they're breaking that up. They're having political divides there, in terms of what they want to be and what they represent. They're doing that. So that's how it should be. So yeah, that is the RWBY episode, or chapter 1 review there. I'll do the second one very soon. Hopefully I can get it out before the next episode, which I will be reacting to. So come check that out when I do the episode 3 reaction. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like to see my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for all the latest content if you are a subscriber or a new subscriber, because that gets you the latest content. I do have a Patreon, and I have a Discord link in the description. And that's about it. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace!